Hi, Brian Spector here with part 2 of my two-part discussion on lease workouts. How should the parties prepare for the workout discussions? First, the tenant needs to be prepared to make the financial case for why rent relief is necessary. The landlord, meanwhile, can use this as an opportunity to get updated financial information and other information from the tenant. Secondly, each side needs to understand not only their own, but the other side's rights and options. So the first place to look is the lease itself and any related documents, including personal guarantees. What are the events of default? They can be monetary or non-monetary. What are the lease remedies? They can include lockout, eviction, or monetary relief, a lawsuit to recover damages. But along with the lease, one needs to know their rights and options under other applicable law, including the bankruptcy laws. For example, before the landlord says no to forbearance, it may want to consider whether the tenant could achieve similar protection through a bankruptcy filing. And if so, what would be required by the tenant in order to maintain that protection. Similarly, both the landlord and the tenant need to understand the tenant's right to assume or reject a lease in bankruptcy. Assumption typically requires full payment of all lease obligations, including a full cure of all lease arrearages. If, however, the tenant is unable to do that, it may have to reject a lease. That could be very devastating, not only for the tenant, but the landlord, as the landlord on a rejected lease may likely only recover pennies on the dollar. So there may be a place between a full assumption of all lease obligations and a rejection that will make both parties better off. And it is against this backdrop that the workout discussion takes place. Now, if the parties prepare and reach out early, that will improve the chances for a successful workout. That, in turn, may also avoid the need for a bankruptcy filing. Well, this is the end of part 2 of our discussion on lease workouts. I hope you have found it helpful, and if you have any questions, you are welcome to call me. My direct line is 602-200-1295. Thank you.